Okay, so on this one, it says find the standard form equation for a hyperbola with vertices at 2, 0, minus 2, 0 that passes through the point 4, 12. Okay, so again, it's best to draw these things. It's not required, but it'll be helpful. So let's do that. 2, 0, minus 2, 0 through the point 4, 12. Okay, so draw an axis system here. And so 2, 0, that's right here. There's the point 2, 0. And then here's the point minus 2, 0. Okay, and this is a hyperbola, it says. So it's a hyperbola that has those vertices. Now, what does that mean? It calls them vertices. Well, if you look here, let me take rid of my scribbles here. So if you look at the notes that I gave you, so notice, where do you see the word vertices? Well, you don't see vertices, but you see the singular vertex. Vertex. So these 2 points are the vertices. That's plural of the word vertex, right? So notice then that the vertices are sideways when the branches go right and left. And the vertices are up and down when the branches go up and down. That makes sense. Okay, so the vertices basically tell you which way the branches go, don't they? The vertices are up and down, the branches go up and down. If the vertices are right and left, then the branches go right and left. So let's go. So our vertices are right and left, so our branches are going to go right and left. Yeah. So that must be the case. Now, it's got to go through the point 412. It also stated. Let me find that. This is over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, 10, 11, 12. 12 will be about right there. So up to there. So that branch goes really high. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, right there. So the branch starts in the center, goes way up there and way down there. How do I know? Well, they said it goes through the point 412. Over 4 up 12. Oh, what did I just do? That was ding dong. It's not supposed to go from the origin, is it? What am I doing? Let's try that again. It's going from here up through that and here down through that, like that, right? Because let me go show you. Look at the graph. It always starts from the right edge of the box and the branch goes up and down from the right edge of the box, not from the origin. I was messing up, right? So from the vertices, right? One more time, from the vertices. So getting back to it. So from right here, it goes to that point. This point is the point 412, which it says it passes through the point 412. Over 4 up 12. So, okay. And then of course, there's going to be the same branch over here. Like that. So there's the general look of our hyperbola. The branches go right, left. And the question is, what's the equation? Well, okay, let's write the equation. How do we write the equation? Well, the equation, right, just looking at the notes again, right here, it's the branches go right and left, and so the equation looks like this, has x in the front, right? If the branches go right, left, then x squared is positive in the front. If the branches go up, down, then y squared is positive in the front. So our branches are going right, left, x squared is positive in the front. There's the form of our equation. So let's write it that way. X squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared is 1. Okay. So now I've got to find a and b. So how do I know what they are? Well, whatever number, however far this is over, see a, that goes underneath x, squared, a squared. You see that? So however far from the center to the vertex, sideways, right, left, that's what goes underneath x squared because it's right, left, and x is right, left. So we come up here and we go, oh, okay. So from here to there, that's 2, obviously. So this is going to be, let me do a different color just for extra clarity. This is going to be 2 squared, isn't it? So you see how we found this number right here, which is underneath x? It's got to be 2 squared because, it's 2, right and left 2. So however far right, left, that's what goes underneath x squared. So it's 2 squared. Okay. So now I need to find b, right? Or find b squared. Let me write that. Now just find b squared. So now just find b. Once you find b squared, you're done. All you have to do is find b squared and it's done. So how do we find b squared? Well, we're going to plug in the point 412, right? They told us 412 is on the graph. And any point on any graph makes the equation true. So that's the x and the y. I'm going to plug the 4 in for x and the 12 in for y. And so what are we going to get? We're going to get 4 squared over 2 squared minus y, which is 12 squared over b squared equals 1. So I don't know what y is yet. I got to find y. That's good so far. So I got to find it. So how am I going to find it? Well, I got to work everything out here. So let's do that. Okay, so this is going to be 16 over 4 minus 144 over b squared is 1. Just use your calculator if you need to. And 16 over 4 is 4. Okay, so they're trying to solve for b, right? Now we're just finding b squared. So subtract 4 from both sides. Boom and a boom. And so what do we got? Minus 144 over b squared is minus 3, isn't it? Okay, so now what? Put this over 1, diagonal, diagonal. You've done this a million times. Minus 144 times 1 is minus 3 times b squared. So that means minus 144 is minus 3b squared. Last step, divide by minus 3. Cancels out. So b squared equals 144 over 3, right? The two negatives cancel, don't they? The two negatives become positive. So it's 144 over 3, which reduces, doesn't it? Let me do that. Is 36 or something? Yeah, 48. So b squared is 48. Again, I don't need regular b. I just need b squared. B squared is good enough. Why? How do you know? Well, look what we said right here. We said now just find b squared. So I just need b squared because I just need to finish the equation. I don't need b. I don't need to square root it and find b. I just need b squared because it's b squared that's in the equation. All right, so that's it. Let me bring it down and pop it in and we'll have it. So grab it. So I'm going to grab this right here and bring it down right here. So we get x squared over 2 squared minus y squared over b squared is 1. And now we know what b squared. So I'm just going to make this 4. 2 squared, you can just make it 4. Is y squared over, and what is it? 48. There's b squared, right? Equals 1. So there's our equation. We found it. So how do we go about that? Let's take it from the top one more time as a little summary. What did we do? started by giving us these two vertices, over 2, 0, back 2, 0, right? They gave us those 2 points, which is means the branches go sideways, right, left, because the vertices are sideways. And so we drew the vertices, and they gave us the point, 4, 12. So then we knew when we wrote the equation, x squared had to go in the front because the branches go right, left. X squared goes in the front. And whatever goes underneath x is how far to the right and to the left, which is 2. So that's 2 squared goes underneath x, like that. And then we just had to find what goes underneath y, b squared. So to find b squared, we plugged in the point, 4, 12, x is 4, y is 12, right here. And then we just worked it all out, right? Right on down to here, cross multiply, blah, 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 found b squared is 48. And so then we took the equation again and put in b squared right there. And then 2 squared, which is 4 right there. And there's the equation of that hyperbola. There we go.